Right now, the rear windshield wiper switch is on and this wiper is not moving. Let's fix that. The model year for this van is 1997. Here is the appropriate wiring diagram. First, we're going to verify fuse 23 has power on both points when the key is set to the accessory position. Fuse 23 is in the driver's footwell fuse box. We are getting power on both points. Next, it would make sense to test a switch, but I'm going to test the heart of this circuit, the main controlling device, which is the rear window wiper module. At this point, the liftgate trim has been removed. The module is right next to the motor. It sits on a base that is held in by two rivets. To remove this module, you don't have to drill out the rivets. You can just force it down and then slide it out. The module has two connectors. One receives power from the switch and ground from G403. G403 is located behind the passenger side D pillar. The other connector feeds power and ground to the motor itself. The reason we're testing at this point is because at this point we're going to verify ground and we're going to verify if the switch is any good. We're also going to verify if this module is any good. And finally, we're going to verify if the motor is not working properly. We're going to test a connector that comes from the switch. It is labeled with pins A, B, C, and D. Pin A, the black wire, should show up as battery ground. Our probe is showing battery ground. Pin B, the gray wire, should show hot when the switch is set to the on position. So on position, please. There it is. There should be no power on D right now. Right, off. Pin D, the delay, should have power when delay is set on the switch. Delay. Now, when delay is set, pin B should also have power. And the circuit up to this point is working correctly. If you want to verify that your washer is working correctly, that's pin C. So whenever you press the button on the switch, it should light up as power. Washer, and there it is. Next up, we're going to test the connector that feeds power and ground to the motor itself. It is labeled with pins A, B, D, and E. Right now, our switch is set to on. Pin A should show up as battery ground. Battery ground. Pin B should show up as hot. It's hot. And that's it. We have verified that the module is working correctly and that it's feeding the motor. We can conclude that the motor is not operating properly. We have concluded that the motor is no good. Here we have a replacement motor hooked up to the module. We're going to verify that it works. I'm going to turn the switch on. The switch is on and the motor is moving. Time to replace the motor. First, remove two 10mm nuts on the inside. Next, we're going to remove this arm. To remove it, pull back, and this clip, pull it out. As you can see, the clip has been unseated. Let go of the arm, and now you can just pull it out. Easy as that. Next, we remove this nut. Loosen it. You remove the plastic nut and two grommets. After that, just lightly tap the motor out with a light dead blow hammer. And the replacement piece is in. It's not very difficult. It's just 2 grommets and a plastic nut. To put the arm back in, just push it in, pull it back, and seat the clip in. And that's it. The wiper arm wasn't properly aligned, so I had to remove it and put it back on a few times in order to get the alignment perfect. But now here comes the moment of truth. And it works. This fix is a success. Now we did these tests in order to find out which of these components was malfunctioning. We don't want to just throw parts at this van. The motor costs about 80 new, the module about 100 new. At the junkyard, I got this for about 30 bucks. The fix wasn't that expensive. So I hope you guys learned something. Have a good day.